Mm. Thank you. Mm-hmm. Okay, stop. Okay, it's important. Oh, wait, no. Just lie down, please. Okay. Lie down, please. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the last live of 2023. How's everybody doing tonight? Okay, I'm just gonna make sure we have the gram up today. Everybody's sorted. All right, so I hope we're all doing really good. I hope we're having a really great start to our week. Just want to make sure we can all see what's happening here. All right. I hope we're all having a good start to the week. How's everybody doing? So as I mentioned on the socials today, this is the last live of 2023. I'm going to take next week off to just let myself ease into the holidays a little bit more. And then I'm off the whole other next week, and then it's New Year's. So I'm going to just take a bit of a break for the holidays and enjoy everything, and then give myself a little bit of time to rest and relax, but then also give myself a little time into the new year to get everything started and kicking off, because as I mentioned, we have a lot going on. Stop that. In the new year for sure. Instagram just kind of like reset my live. I want to make sure we're not live anymore. Hang on. Okay, that was weird. Cancel. Kicking, yeah? What's happening here? Okay, well, we'll stay zoomed out then. Sorry, I had it all nice and zoomed in there, so... Okay, well, it'll sort itself out. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to make sure that I'm rested and everything, and then get a big kickstart to the new year. This may be a small connection issue here, so... If I lose any of you, I will come back, I promise. So before we get started on this last live, I wanted to show you all the finished piece of the art that we were working on the past 2 weeks. It is ready to go and has been sent off to the printer. So we are all set to go. This is going to be sent off to the person who requested it. this week, hopefully, depending on how long the prints take, but in well enough time for the holidays. And they seem very excited with what they saw. So this was a really fun project. I really enjoyed this. So I may try some more of this in the future, but I want to show everybody the finished piece and that it's ready to go. So keep an eye on the socials. I am very behind in all my posts and Behance updates and all that kind of stuff. I still owe you all a dragon post, all that kind of fun stuff. So keep an eye on the socials. You'll see all of those go up, most likely in the new year. But for today, we're going to work a little bit on our sea creatures that we worked on 2 weeks ago that I took a break on, and we're just going to work on this today. If I'm trying to remember where we were at, because the last time I worked on this was the last time we were all together working on this. I think we had... What did that do? What the heck? What? That's weird. It's a layer that doesn't do anything. Okay, what brush do I have selected here? Kind of looks like... Oh, it just makes that lighter. I see what happens. Okay, well, we'll keep that hidden for now. I'm trying to remember where we were at. So I think we were working on highlights. So where are my highlights at? Just those ones? Just gotta be somewhere around here. So this covered the sea turtle a little bit. And then, what the heck? Do I not have any highlights on this? Okay, well, we'll finish off the turtle highlights then, because that seems to be something that exists. And then we'll work on the sea line. Oh, Dari's here. He's lurking a little because it's dinner time. I love dinner time. I just had a delicious, like, shrimp, tomato sauce, stir-fry deliciousness. It was awesome. I hope you're having something delicious for your dinner as well. All right, so let's get going on this. So it looks like the last time we left off, we were working on the highlights, which is great. I'm glad we got that far, which is fantastic. I'm just going to continue with those a little bit here. And then, because I'm going to forget that I didn't do the ones around the turtle. And then we'll get into the lionfish and or the jellyfish today. All right, so just make sure I know where we're covered here. Perfection. Okay, so let's get going here. So I had been kind of debating with myself as to whether I wanted to do a Christmas, like a smaller stained glass to finish off the year. And I had a couple ideas of smaller ones that would have been really awesome. But the commission came in and I didn't want to push myself too hard. So we won't be doing those new ones right now. Oh, I definitely gibbled that eraser there. Hang on. My eraser is very much too large. Hang on a sec here. This is why one makes notes. There we go. So sorry, I didn't do those ones. Like one was going to be a nutcracker and one was going to be, I can't remember what the other one was. But we're going to forego those for now just because the commission came in and I was a little bit... I'm very adamant that December does not become a crazy madhouse for me. I really want to enjoy the holidays. Feeling a little bit of just human burnout, so I didn't want to overwhelm myself. So I'll probably do those projects another time. Just keeping it chill. So this will be the last stained glass for 2023. So we'll also be making a series project for those as well. So Behance will be very updated very soon. Oh my goodness. Odari says he's having shrimp for dinner too. What? great minds think alike. So yeah, so we won't be doing any of those like smaller pieces. I intentionally had something smaller because I knew switching to 2-month illustrations partway through this year that I had was off kilter, and I was going to have only 1 month to do a piece, and I didn't want to go too big, that I kept these small pieces in mind, but that's okay. The ideas are still there and we can do them later. And I want to make sure that we're still doing this one justice. This one's been a bit of a struggle, so I want to make sure that we are doing it justice now that it's starting to pull together here. So I see a few numbers coming in on Behance and around the other socials. We are working in fresco today. I'm going to be just working on my stained glass sea creatures here. Working away on what we have for our last piece of 2023 on the lives. And then we got to figure out what we're going to do next year. I don't know. I don't have a series in mind. I don't know what we're going to do. My goodness gracious. I think you all have watched enough of me highlighting and shadowing stained glass pieces, so I may take these offline for a little bit if I keep going. I do have a few more that I'd like to explore, but I think it's been a vast majority of this year you've all been watching me highlight different pieces and sections, so I think we'll do something different. Maybe some smaller pieces that we can see grow over a couple weeks instead of months. As I mentioned a couple weeks ago, I'm doing my first markets next year, so that's going to take over quite a bit. I want to be really careful in how I do it. I've never done anything like that before. So I really want to make sure that I'm focused and planning ahead. So we may be seeing some of the art that's intended for those next year as well. So we'll be working together to build some of that content, I suspect, as well. But if there's anything you want to see, anything you've been seeing me work on, exploring, talking about here on the lives that you'd like me to go through, I would like to bring that to you guys. So definitely let me know if there's something you want me to try, something you'd like me to do more of, do less of. By all means, send a message, because I want these to be fun for everybody. So there we go. But yeah, lots of ideas and everything floating about, but I think what I'm going to be trying to do over the next couple weeks is just rest and read books for me, knit for me, create for me, just do errandy things, and family things obviously and everything, but try not to do too much of that market prep or anything. The new year, that will be just sitting there waiting for me. So I just want to rest and recharge my creative brain, and then we attack right away. I'm going to watch it too, because usually I find that the first couple months of the year, I find I'm a little bit burnt out creatively. But I also think the past few years I've been kind of going right up to the end of December. Like with the coloring books and everything, I launched them a little bit later last year than I did this year. So I think I'm kind of hitting that burnout right now. So it may be okay. But we'll watch that. I want to make sure that these are fun for everybody. So I do love the Monday Night Live, though. So that would be one of the last things to go. So don't worry. I'll be here with you guys on Mondays. Don't worry. I want to get some traditional work on here, some quick creative studies, things like that. All that kind of fun stuff. It's going to be a busy year. All right, let's work on this lionfish here. Let's see if this color is what we want. Oh, this is kind of a magical color that we've chosen here. It kind of works for all of the things a bit, eh? Okay, maybe it needs to be a little lighter for the light part of the fish, but we're gonna colorize some of this red section here because it's fun to see and it kind of looks a little bit more like it's lit up, which is pretty cool. I'd like to think that I'm gonna remember that those are not, the turtle ones aren't highlighted. I want to work on the lionfish today. Okay. So I hope everybody's having a good kind of start to their holidays. I know all my kind of parties have kind of started to kick off. Family parties, work parties, friend parties, shopping, craft shows, all the magic. Baking. I did my baking yesterday. That time, started watching some of my Christmas movies. I like to watch the Hallmark movies, but watched Elf last night. Home Alone tonight. It's going to be so good. Getting serious business happening here. Be careful with this color because it starts to get really dark. Like I can't really layer this one up like I normally can. To get a brighter color, it kind of, the multiply darkens it. See if I do this and then pencil up, down, and it kind of pulls it back. So we got to be a little bit more selective in this one. I want to make sure. Oh, there's an overlay. It's the multiply that's on the brush for sure. So we'll just keep an eye on that. Oop. This. We have no snow here. It's a rainy mess. We're supposed to have snow today. I was let down. Die Hard and Trading Places are my go-to holiday movies every year. Nice choice. It's been it's been such a long time since I've seen Trading Places, I think. Die Hard's a classic. Me, I love the Home Alones. I gotta watch the Home Alones. Oh my goodness gracious. Tim Curry in the second one, I can't even. But there's so many good ones. It's hard to keep up. Like even yesterday I was looking through the list and it's like I wanted to watch Elf. But went through like the list of everything that's on these different streaming services and I was like, oh yeah, there's just so many good ones. Yeah, gotta watch. That looks much better. Gotta watch the Home Alones a little bit. Good choices. Is the Discord doing movies on Thursdays? Are you guys doing holiday movies right now, or are you guys all just taking a holiday break? Because I guess holiday movies are probably controversial. What's the best ones? Everybody has an opinion. But I guess if you're organizing, you get to pick the movie, I guess. Yeah, that's looking. You can see this more. I think it's just because it was in such a small space and overlaying with the shadow that was already in place on those tiny, tiny sections. Just didn't play the game as nicely. Here we can see more of the highlight, which is better. Movies are still on. Woohoo! I love it. Okay. Yeah, there's just so many good ones. See, that's pulling together. Look at that. Woohoo! A little bit of that color in there. Lionfish, man, pulling it together. looking really good. I've been watching, there's a show on history, at least it's on history up here in Canada. It's called the Bermuda Triangle, and they go into the different wrecks and stuff that are in the Bermuda Triangle. They try to identify them. It's a really cool show. I really enjoy it, but a lot of the times in that area, you always expect to see the fish and stuff that are in the shipwrecks and everything, but there's a lot of lionfish. So I was catching up on that earlier today when I was having my coffee this morning and seeing them all. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be drawing one of those later. There's so much delicious potential. All these little spikies. So fun. Okay. What else do we have happening around here? Almost done all my shopping, which is fabulous. Wrapping presents next week. Going to fun dinners, trying not to get the office plague. It's getting crazy in there right now. Yikes. But yeah, it's just been good. Like I said, no snow here yet, unfortunately. But maybe eventually that would be good. Always feels a little disjointed around this time of year when it's snow-free. There's not even a reason for the cold, which is a bummer. We were out walking Mojo earlier, and I'm like, it's just cold for no reason. If there was snow, I'd be able to understand. That's okay. It's Christmassy in here, so we just imagine the snowy book. Snowy baby guy. So the markets that I'm going to be doing next year are going to be Mother's Day, and then later in the year, Halloween and a Christmas one, so October and November. So I'm going to have to work through some Mother's Day content, see what the heck I'm going to do there. I've already got some really great ideas. So we'll start the year off with some researching and troubleshooting. And then spend the rest of the year kind of building up some content, see how the markets do. Gonna be a new thing to try for sure. See how they go. Hopefully there's a good response, but if not, that's okay. Always have the magical lives every week, regardless. Oh no. But yeah, so it's going to be a fun new thing to try next year. Built the Uber schedule. Let's see how it goes. Oops. You're being such a good boy. There's people all over this hallway and he's not saying anything. What the heck, man? He's yelling at them all day. Maybe he broke his vocal cords. Did you break your vocal cords, monsieur? Yeah, so Mojo and I have chillin' plans for the holidays. We're gonna do a little bit of travel, see some family, and then we're gonna just chill. We're gonna rest. We're gonna just enjoy the mellow ahead of always the busy year. We're offered the opportunity to work if that interested us. It was not mandatory, and I politely said, no, thank you. It's time for a break. My brain is tired, so a lot of us are taking the no thank you option. Oh, Dory says hello. Do you say hello? Oh, you sleepy guy. Oh, lazy bones today. He's been stressed out. We've been working on brushing our teeth. This is the new challenge in this household. Because little dogs tend to lose their teeth, and I'd like him to avoid that. Or the very expensive dental cleaning procedure that is inevitably down our road. So he's been pretty stressy. So now he's sleeping. It's a fun time. Oh dear. So yeah, we'll be chilling over the holidays. Rest up a bit. Friends and family. Christmas movies, hot chocolate, cookies, delicious foods. Ugh, it's the best time. It's my favorite time. So fun. All right, how are we doing here? Oh my gosh, already 7:30. How is this happening? Time does fly. My goodness. Oops. Let's just try that again. It seems like everybody's been pretty quiet on the streaming services this weekend. I didn't get a lot of notifications. I saw Umacorn was posting yesterday, day before yesterday. Everybody's getting ready for a bit of a break. I think I'm getting the energy that a lot of people just need a bit of a timeout right now, and that's totally fine. I feel like this time of year always tends to get a little bit crazy for many different reasons, and I try and be as proactive as I can to keep it from getting too crazy, but you know, the odd little thing slips through here and there. That's why I try and be proactive. Like, work's a little bit nuts right now, but in an okay way so far. I didn't hear from anybody today, so maybe it's not in an okay way. I was off today, but we'll see. But I get the energy from work that everybody's just kind of ready for a bit of a break. Change of pace for a few days, not logging on. Trying again in the new year. I also got a really good idea earlier in this year on the lives about talking about, I haven't posted on my WordPress in a while. I've just been not in a writing mood, but I do have a big creativity series that I started there a little while back, and I actually get a lot of really good feedback on it. I either want to revamp it or kind of join it in with the lives here a little bit, just be like talking a little bit about creativity and how I see it in the world and all that kind of stuff, and how other people are using it and things like that, because I think it's a pretty big deal. So I might try and incorporate that into the lives a little bit next year. Spark some discussion, see what people think. But yeah, just see what happens, man. Odari says, I'm off stream until January, but I may sneak one in. Yeah, that's always fair. I think almost any time I've kind of canceled one for some reason, whether I'm traveling or whatever, excuse me, I'll like end up sneaking in just like a stream right from my iPad or something later that week, being like, hey, I'm working on this. I'll share with people. And I may try and do that a little bit next year. Because for those of you who don't know, like, you can stream straight from the iPad and everything. I just kind of feel like it's tougher to comment and all that kind of stuff, or I guess I could chat through it. It's usually like when I'm watching TV or just out in the balcony when that happens, so it'd be like a silent stream. But just show what I'm working on, get some feedback. But yeah, almost very frequently that'll happen, and it'll just kind of pop onto Behance in a couple days, like, I miss it, I must stream. So who knows, maybe I'll sneak in a holiday one, but not for the first few days of the holidays. I'm gonna be logged off, I think. But if people stream, I'll do my best to tune in over the holidays, see what people are up to. Everybody's got their own traditions and their own fun things that they do, so I always like to hear about that. Oh, look at this coming together. Oh, look at it go. Look at that shiny lionfish. Look at him go. Oh my goodness gracious. All right, let's keep going. It's fun. And then we'll get a different color and we'll work on the rest. The red's always great for the streams here because it shows up a lot better than the lighter beige kind of colors, so you can actually see what I'm doing here. I've gone back on when I'm doing the highlights on just kind of some of the text pages, doing highlights, and I'll go back and see the live stream. I'm like, oh my gosh, they didn't see me doing too much there. It's unfortunate. Alessandra's here. Are we doing dishes again, Alessandra? Craziness. Kevin's also here. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I've gone back into the live streams and been like, oh, it didn't look like I was doing anything at all. These very patient humans just hung out, watched me sort of draw something all day. So we'll do the reds today so that you guys can actually see what's going on. How is everybody doing tonight? I'm working in Adobe Fresco here on the last live stream of the year for me. I'm going to take a bit of a break until, not for too long, because I know I'm going to miss it. First week of January. We'll be back. Let's see our lionfish, our turtle, and our jellyfish here. hanging out. We're just getting some highlights here. What I'm gonna do is pick a different, so let's do this for a sec. And then where is my swatch? Oops, ring module. That's just for me. Notes for me, okay. Because I want another overlay layer here, I just want to pick a different color for the lighter pieces here. And we'll see if they show up. If they don't, then I'll pick something else. Alessandra passed her exam! Congratulations! What a wonderful holiday present for you. Now it's off your plate. I love that. Good for you. Your work is incredible. Thank you, Kevin. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. This has been a bit of a struggle bus, but it's coming together now. The turtle gave us a bit of a hard time, but we are coming through on the other side here. And Alessandra, I'll miss your stream. When am I supposed to watch now? It's only for a couple weeks, Alessandra. I will be back relentlessly in the new year. Don't worry. Don't worry. It'll just be for a few weeks in the holidays. So you get a tiny timeout and reset before we get going in the new year. Because next year's going to be crazy. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, that's the one I want, but it's not going to be fun to watch. So I'm going to go back to this and we will do the, what the heck? Yikes, someone's got to label their layers. What the heck is happening? What the? Where's the layer? Where's my overlay layer? What the heck's happening here? Oh, the one I tried before. Sillies. Okay. Alexander, sigh, I guess I'll wait. Yeah. Maybe I'll sneak one in for you. We'll see. We'll see. Just need a bit of a timeout so that I can bring all the awesome in the new year. Okay, so I'm just going to move on to the red here, just as it's a little more fun to watch brush strokes you can actually see. We won't be finishing this guy today, but I do promise I am going to get everything posted up in the new year on Behance. I have to get better at this kind of admin side of things. Sometimes I'm really good at posting, but anybody who's followed me on Instagram lately for studio or knitting, my posting's been a little bit sporadic lately just because I only have 2 hands. It's hard to keep on top of everything, and I really want to do a good job with the Behance project posts and all that kind of stuff. I have everything ready to go. It's just sitting down and doing it. And when I'm working at my desk all day, I feel a lot of guilt for spending another hour putting something together when Mr. Mojo just wants to play. He's been patient all day, so we're finding the balance around here. So all that will go up in January. I will be watching streams when I can, though, Alessandra. So if you are on and I am able to log on, I will do my very best to join in and stream. Although I was saying earlier before you signed on, I think a lot of people have taken a bit of a time out lately. That or Behance has stopped telling me again when people are online. But I think everybody's taking a bit of a break, I think. Ojari said he's off till January. Unless he sneaks a surprise one in there. Okay, so that would be kind of fun to watch. Okay, like I said, I just want to make sure this is fun. All right, so let's jump up here to the jellyfish a bit, because I have been feeling that this top part has been a little not really coming together, but I think the highlights are really going to save it. Yeah, I've been so busy. I didn't stream this past weekend. That's fair. And the house painting, yeah, actually, before I do the jellyfish for a minute, let's jump over. I'll show you. I showed it at the start of the stream. I'll show it here. This is what we were working on for 2 weeks, and I am thrilled with how this came together. I've never done anything like this before and took a bit of a risk when the commission came through, and thought, you know, I could give it a try. I had a vision, and I'm thrilled that the vision came together in the way that I hoped it would. And I would definitely do something like this again. This was a lot of fun. I actually really enjoyed this. It was actually a really cool way to kind of look at different details. Like even the person who was looking at it, who commissioned it, she looked through and she goes, oh, it does have little window boxes and just like little details that you never really noticed about your house before. It was really interesting. And even like as the house photos that we had weren't amazing. Like there was actually a big fat tree in this view on one of them. So I used it for like the roof and things, but it really came together really nicely. Like I'm beyond thrilled with how this came together. So I'm going to be definitely getting this posted as well under a commission thread as well, because this was just so much fun. And like I said, came together. There was that point of like, oh no, it's not going to come together. And it was at a point of no return, but I definitely, all the fresco tools really saved this one. And I am so thrilled with how it came together. So yeah, I'll probably be doing some more of these in the future. But yeah, it's all done. So this is actually off to the printer now, and will be delivered this week to our lovely commissioned human who commissioned it. So yes, thank you so much for the feedback. It says looks amazing, looks fantastic. Thanks everybody. I'm very happy with how that came together. So I'm glad I was able to share it with you guys today, because I think if I was still working on it this week, I'd be a little concerned, a little stressed out. But we have lots of time. We weren't mailing the final pieces, so we really it came together perfectly. So I'm glad they were okay with me working on it. It was a lot of fun. It's interesting to like a different way to see things, like other houses that you like she saw that house as she was growing up, but just like noticing different details that you wouldn't otherwise just by looking at a photo. So it's just kind of a fun way to see things in a different way. What is going on here? Oh, okay, sorry. I was looking at the wrong part of the highlight. Oh, I think we can leave those babies alone, eh, bud? You've been doing so good. What was that? What did you drop? Oh, those babies are making so much noise, eh, Mojo? is a weird one. Look at that huge piece of glass. Yikes. God, there's like a party in the hallway, eh, Mojo? You're being such a good boy. What's as good as mine? We've got Ding Li who joined us here from China. Oh my goodness. Different time zone entirely. Thank you for tuning in today. My goodness gracious. So popular. Oh, good job, bud. What are those guys doing in that hallway? Welcome to the stream. Okay. What the heck are they doing out there, bud? Children in the hallway. If you can hear that noise. Sounds like they're playing with like Nerf guns or something. So I'm afraid to go outside now. I'm unarmed. Oh dear. You're okay, buddy. I know, bud. Oops, oops. There we go. Alright, a couple more minutes here. Oh my goodness, how did this happen? The time is flying by. Alessandra, I'm so excited for you. I'm so glad that you got that exam done and off your plates. Hopefully that's a lot of pressure off for you now and you won't be too stressed around the holidays. Kids will be kids, yeah. Yep, they're having fun. They don't seem to be wrecking anything, so I'm not too worried about it. I'll just duck out when we go for our walk so that, you know, I don't get join the battle. A really hard time arguing with kids. Having fun, not just watching TV all day, so if they're having fun, let them do their thing. Oops. We have where I live, there's a park close by, and there's always kids, especially in the summer. It's a little quieter now because it's cooler out, but like in the summer there's kids in the basketball court and just running around and playing soccer all the time. I know some people think it's just so much loud noise and extra and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, they're outside playing. Just leave them be. Let them do their thing, because they're using their imaginations for a bit. Let them do the thing. So I know we lived outside when we were kids. I remember having the argument of, the sun's still up, I don't want to go to bed. And in the summertime and all that kind of fun stuff. We were outside all the time. Which always makes it really weird when we talk about the shows and stuff we used to watch. I'm like, I don't remember watching this much TV. TV shows were also only like 20 minutes, so that's probably why too. Okay. So So if I do, sorry, I'm doing a lot of zooming in and out today, guys. If I do this one instead. All right, I have a few more minutes here. So let's start the highlights on some of these jellyfish side here, because it's a little darker, so hopefully something we can all see happening here. Oops. Kids these days don't go outside anymore. It's that business, you know. I know my family and friends with kids are luckily pretty aware of that. Have their kids in all the activities and stuff, or outside as much as they can be, which is good. But there is a pretty large group who just hang out with their games as observed, which is an option for sure. But I know we were definitely outside all the time. Miles. We just drove miles on our bikes. We lived on them all summer long. Yeah, I'm almost done, bud. Almost done. We'll do this little section and then we'll see where we're at. Okay. You have stinky breath. My goodness. Brush your teeth. Alright, so if we, pretty subtle, but we turn it off, turn it back on. You can see how we're getting that light effect that I was hoping for. It's hard to see when you're up close. Ignore those little splooches to the right. Those are just my palettes. Those will be cleared out. You can see how it's starting to glow. I love it. Oh, Dory says, my mom let me stay inside and work on my art and watch cartoons back in the 80s. Hey, the 80s were a good time. You know, every kid's different. Do the thing. That molded your creative mind. And cartoons were way better back then. I'm so bummed that there's not Saturday morning cartoons anymore. It's such a bummer. I have to find my own cartoons now. Silly business. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I think I'll take a bit of a pause on this piece for now. There's much left to do. So I'll keep working on it. And when it's done, keep an eye on the socials. I'll post it on Instagram and Facebook and Behance when it's all done. We can see the finished piece. But working through the highlights, then we're going to get some hierarchy in. I feel like there's got to be something else that ties all these little guys together, but I don't feel like I've gotten there yet. So maybe we'll get some bubbles in here or something like that. Cool effect to finish it off. But definitely a new year project for sure. Alessandra says, I feel like we've got to make our own cartoons. I'm in. Let's do it. Our own magical cartoons. I know we can't do it anymore, but I love like the Wile E. Coyote in the morning. Let's do it. Some Acme anvils every now and again. So thank you so much for tuning in with me on my last live of 2023. You guys are awesome. Everybody's been tuning in tonight. Thank you so much. Everybody's been tuning in on the regular. You guys are amazing. You've been really, really, really making this extra fun for me on all the platforms. Thank you. All the comments during, before, after. I appreciate all of it. Thank you so much. I will be back on the first week of, the first full week of January, so I think that's the 8th. We'll be back on Mondays at 7 p.m., not changing the time just yet. So we'll be back doing this more art then. I'm going to start something fresh and new. Don't know what it's going to look like yet, but we'll be here together and it'll be so much fun. As I've been mentioning, next year's going to be very, very busy. I'm going to be doing my first markets. I'm going to try and do a shop update or two before the holidays to get a few other things out there. So keep an eye on the socials. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and Facebook, because I think I'm going to have like a newsletter next year. Not a frequent one, like maybe once a month, once every 2 months, just to give everybody an update of where I'm at, where I'm going to be. And that's going to be the only place that I'm going to put in any sort of like discounts or advanced sale options or whatever. So if you're interested in following what's going on with Hues and Tones out in the wild, keep an eye on the socials for that, and I'll be showing where and how you can sign up for all those kinds of fabulous things to keep in the loop next year. But that will be in the new year when that gets posted, I think. So I hope you all have a magical holiday season, celebrating however you celebrate, spending time however you want to spend your time. I hope you get to see friends and family if that's what interests you. I hope the weather is good for traveling, that you all stay safe and healthy. And again, thank you so much. This year has been so much fun. The live is definitely a highlight of my week. You guys are so amazing. Thank you so much. And I also love tuning into all your lives and seeing what everybody else is making. So it just makes me want to create even more. So there's lots to come. And I'll see you all in 2024. Thank you so much. Mwah. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year, and I'll see you all in a few weeks.